Hi everyone, in today's video we will be painting this beautiful couple swan painting in simple 4 step. Now let's get started. Now let's see the requirements we need this for painting. I have given all the material link in the description. In step 1 we are going to paint the sky. So this is the night sky. So here we have the color deep cyan and we are going to fill the color in the top of the canvas like this. In this sky painting we are going to add clouds and also a glowing golden moon. Now let's remove the tape and now take the small flat brush, and here I am mixing the color deep cyan with white and we are going to use this color to paint the clouds. In this painting we are not going to paint a very detailed and fluffy cloud, so we are just painting some flat line like this, and this line you can see the lines are really bold and we are going to add this bold line for the clouds in this painting. In step 2 we are painting the waves, so here we are going to add some long lines. So here I am using my small flat brush. I really like to use small flat brush to draw lines, especially for waves. So here we are painting some long and sweeping lines, and in this painting you can see I am using my black canvas. If you don't have a black canvas, then you can take your white canvas and add some black color on this, and then you can use this canvas as for your painting. Add a bit of white to this deep cyan and we are going to add some small details here. So we are adding this light blue over this long lines. So we are just adding them in the few lines. Once we finish painting the sky and the water, then let's paint the glowing golden moon. So here I have the color yellow. So now let's mix the yellow and white, and we are going to use this color to draw the shape of the moon first. So here I am using my round brush to draw the shape of the moon, and now let's fill the color inside. Now here I am using my round brush 4, so I am using this round brush to smudge the color outside, so then we will have this glowing effect. Now let's take a small round brush and we are going to apply the yellow color here. So once we add them, then we are going to add the texture on the moon. Now let's take the color orange mixed with yellow and white, and we are going to apply this light orange for the texture of the glowing golden moon. And here I am using my round brush 0. To paint the texture on the moon surface, we just need to add some random strokes like this. Then we can take the color white and we are going to repeat the same process. So now we get the beautiful texture of the moon, and here our glowing golden moon is ready. Now let's paint the swan. So here I am going to trace this. So now let's apply some oil pastel. So here I am using the color white. As you can see, the background is the dark color, so here I am using the white oil pastel. You can use your white color pencil. Also, if you have carbon sheet, white carbon sheet, you can use them. After carefully trace the image, here I am using my white paint to draw the outline. As the swans are in white in color, we can definitely use the color white. So here I am using this white to draw the outline. If you want to paint the swan, then you can get the image link in the description. I think I'm not alone. I always like to paint swan. So if you also like to paint swan, please let me know in the comment section. I was so excited to paint the swans after a long time. In the excitement, I almost forgot to add the golden moon's reflection on the water surface. Now let's take the color white mixed with yellow and let's paint the reflection of the moon on the water. So let's draw some few lines like this. So here I am using my round brush to draw the tiny lines. You can use your detailing brush as well. Now let's add the color white in the center of the line like this. Now the reflection of the golden moon is ready. Now let's focus on the swan. Start with the gray. We are going to paint the peak of the swan. So now let's enjoy the process. As we already traced the image, it is really easy for me to block the colors and add details. Now let's mix the color yellow and white, so we will get a creamy color. So we are going to use this cream yellow to paint the golden moon's reflection on the swan. Start by painting the eye with the color black. We are going to use the same black to paint the details in the peak. Let's add more details in the feather of the swan. So here you can see I am just blocking the area. So here I am using the color white. Later we can add some shadow and also some highlights. Starting with the color grey, we are going to paint the shadow. So here you can see in the bottom I am using the color grey. On the top, let's add the color light yellow. So here I mix the color yellow with white, and here our highlight and shadow is ready. Now let's add small strokes for the feathers. Here I am using the same grey color for the shadow between the feathers. So you can see I am going to add some details. So here I am using the color grey for the shadow. Once we finish painting the shadow, then let's take the color white and we are going to apply the color. So we are going to gently apply the color white here. If you are someone who really loves to paint birds, then you will definitely like this playlist. In this playlist you can see different types of birds painting with a step-by-step explanation. So if you like to paint birds, then you have to watch this playlist. Now let's fix the shadow. So here I take the color grey and we are adding some minute details in the shadow. So here we are adding some small details in the feather. I love to add details in my painting because adding detail makes the painting really beautiful. Now let's paint the second swan. So here we are using the same technique. So first we are using the color white for the neck. Later we are going to add the color yellow. And now we are going to paint the peak. So here we are using the same grey color. And then we are going to add the color yellow. So before add the yellow, you have to check if the previous layer is completely dry, then you can go for the yellow. Now let's paint the feather. So first we are going to just block the area using the color white. So then we have to let it dry, then we can add the shadow and highlight. So here we are adding the shadow using the grey color. If you are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am Raksana. I am an acrylic painting artist. I really like to paint with acrylics. So here I am sharing my painting knowledge with beginners. If you find my tutorials are really easy and helpful for you, then please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on my other social media platforms. If you want me to paint any of your suggestion or tutorials, then you can leave them in the comment. If I really like them, I will create them in my painting style. It almost took me 1 hour to finish painting all the details in the swan painting. So once we finish painting the detail, then let's move to the reflection. So here I am using my small flat brush to paint the reflection of the swan. So here we are painting some lines. It is really easy to paint the reflection like this. You just need to take your brush and move your brush from left to right and right to left, and the reflection is ready. And we are going to add some details in the reflection. So you can see here I am using my flat brush. If you are not comfortable using your flat brush, then you can go for your round brush. Now let's add some yellow in this part. So adding this yellow in the reflection adds this painting more beauty. And now here we are using the color yellow and we are painting the reflection using the round brush. I really enjoy the process of this painting. Now let's see the final look of this painting. I really like this painting. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will meet you guys with another beautiful painting in my next video with a step-by-step tutorial. Until then, have fun with colors.